Welcome to Sprinkle of Liquid Sunshine. I am Christina. Thank you so much for joining me in my cozy little crafting corner where I like to talk about anything crafty I may be doing at the time. If you would like, you can also find me on Instagram as Sprinkle of Liquid Sunshine. You can also find me on Etsy and Ravelry. I will link those below. If you are returning, thank you so much for joining me again. I really appreciate it. And if you're new, if you enjoy what you see, please don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. Today, let's see, we're on episode number 7. I can't believe it. 7 already. Lucky number 7. Let's just jump right into it. This is just my standard what's up this week. So I have a few finished objects and I'm super excited because I've kind of been busy with a lot of other things lately, so I haven't had a whole lot of time to work on anything really. But that happens sometimes and it's okay. So first of all, I have finished my Shrug, which was originally a cardigan. Then it turned into possibly a throw blanket. And then I played with it a little bit and decided, you know what? It's going to be a Shrug. So I'm going to put it on here real quick because it's actually very comfortable. I did not follow a pattern. So here it is. Oh wait, I'll get it a little scoochy to, and it's a little poofy. It's a little comfy. You know? Yeah, I enjoyed making it. It was really relaxing. It's kind of one of those things where, you know, I just went with the flow. I do that a lot. Sometimes it doesn't turn out so well. This time I kind of like the shape of it, how it ended up. I just started out with a rectangle and then like folded it over and seamed it up here, right there. You can see I started out with Trinity stitch, which was really fun, but very hard on the hands because I'm a really tight crocheter. So here, let's zoom in, go in here. So there's a little Trinity stitch, nice and textured. Then I decided when it was going to become a Shrug that I'd make some little cuffs that then I added some single crochet decreases to meet up with my cuff that I made. Sewed the cuff on separately as a separate piece. I did add some shaping a little bit around the neck and side a little bit. It's very comfortable. I used big twist yarn, which was really nice to use. I know from Michaela at Hooked in a Flash, this possibly won't wash up very well. So we will see. That's why I wasn't too, it's not a big deal. It's something I can wear around the house. It's warm and I like how chunky it is. It's super nice to wear. Okay, so for the past few weeks I have been working on my mannequin head that was a pattern from Michaela over at Hooked in a Flash. Free pattern on Ravelry. I will link it below. The last time, let's see if we can get there. There's my progress keeper there. That's how far I'd only done that much the last time. So I finished up the head. So the head part is actually separate and inside here, so it comes together at the bottom, and then you make a neck. There's cardboard inside, of course, stuffing. It's really nice. The pattern is super easy to follow if you need a mannequin head. This is, I mean, it's very realistic. I looked at lots of other, not lots, there's a few others on Ravelry right now, but some of them, I mentioned last time, they're spheres on little bases, which works just fine because if you're taking pictures of hats, you really just need the size of a head. But this is very realistic. Oh, I don't have a cowl with me to show you, but let's see, do I have? No, I don't have a cowl. But there's a neck. This is the most realistic one that I've seen on Ravelry. I'm going to put a little hat on here so you can see. But, yeah. I think it turned out really well. And it would be perfect for taking photos. And we have named her. This is Amelia. She is named after Amelia Bedelia, which was one of my favorite book series when I was a girl, and now I read to the Amelia Bedelia to my girls. I read the vintage ones. I don't read the brand new ones. I haven't bought any of those yet, but I probably will. They're pretty fun. Anyway, so this is Amelia, and she looks pretty good. I almost lost her to one of my girls because she was playing with it earlier, so I might end up making another one just for her. But, you know, that's how it happens. Kids, they like, you know, things. Those are my only two finished objects. This is semi-finished, but actually not finished. So it's like, no, it's not a finished object. I have finished more granny squares. So I have some granny squares and some purple I Love This yarn. I have some in, oh gosh, what is it? Craft Smart. This kind of like ice blue from Michaels. This, of course, is Big Twist. That's some leftover I had from my Shrug. Oh, what was this one? Oh, then I have this one, which is Impeccable. And finally, I have some Chevron 1 pound. This is going to be a bigger project, and I'm going to go over all the details and everything on it when I finished. I'm almost done. I finally got my last skein of yarn the other day, so this is brand new, but I mean, it's something I've had so many times, but for what I'm doing, I needed a brand new skein. This is Red Heart Super Saver, 100% acrylic, just standard worsted weight yarn. The color that I have is light blue. This one is just the regular skein, so 364 yards, and I just needed a light color to show up. Oh, that's not, there we go, that's about right. It's just a light blue Red Heart Super Saver. I'm kind of disappointed because the last one I got was the turquoise, and I had to throw it away. I had to throw away the whole skein because it was splitting crazy bad. Like, I couldn't go 10 stitches without splitting in half and having to go back a stitch just to fix it. So, super frustrating, and I couldn't understand what was going on, and I really hope this one doesn't do it, but, and I had my mom pick this up for me because she was at Michael's and I didn't want to make a special trip there, but man, I spun this a strand up, and I really hope that when I work with it, it's not splitting. I've never had that problem before. And I don't know how I found, well, I didn't personally find two skeins, but two skeins are so splitty. We shall see how that goes. I really hope it's not so splitty because it's going to be not fun to work with. But I will anyway for the project that I'm doing. Okay, so those are all my, yeah. And now let's just see my works in progress. I am still working on that Malabrigo, just whenever scarf shawl thing that I'm making, which is very enjoyable. And I enjoy just picking it up in the morning if I don't feel like thinking about anything. Making some good progress. I mean, we're getting pretty long. I mean, I've been working on it for quite a few weeks now. You'd think I'd be done, but you know, it's actually going to be really nice. And I'm just using some Malabrigo that I found on clearance at a local yarn store in Silverton, which is a town near me, in this such gorgeous colors. I love, 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 love. One skein. So I'm just making a one skein project. I have a lot of those where they don't really go with anything else, so it becomes a one skein project. The other work in progress that I have, I can't remember if I did share the socks before. So I'm still working on those socks, but I went to Teaselwick's because, you know, I was feeling like trying out something different for socks, because my I don't have much luck so far with socks, but it's my own fault. I don't know, this is my third try, so if these don't turn out, then you know what, I don't think I'm meant to make socks. I probably will leave them to Michaela. She's the sock lady. So anyway, so what I did, I'm not a, I don't know, I like magic loop. I feel like sometimes I get tangled in the extraness of the cord. I don't know. I was feeling like maybe if I switched it to a Flexiflip sort of situation where I have 3 short, here, I'll just show you. I bought 3 sets, 16-inch, these are Knitter's Pride, circular needles. Oh gosh, of course I forget what size I bought. I think these are a 1, so that I could kind of mimic the Flexiflip situation. So I have 2 on here. I'm doing 2 at a time still, and then I use the 3rd one to, you know, knit with. It's really nice. I'm enjoying it. I might like it better. We'll see. Give us some time. But I made just a little bit of progress. Not too crazy much. And there's my little, you can't see him. It's okay. Anyway. So, and those I am knitting with the Unique sock yarn, which is so nice and squishy. And actually the last pair of socks that I did make, I could get them on my feet. I knit the cuff too tight, so I have a hard time getting them over my really high arch that I have. But the yarn is really comfortable, really soft, really squishy. So yeah. Okay, so I kept the package to tell you. I got 3 of these Knitter's Pride Dreams 16-inch US 1 2.25 millimeter. I really like them. They're wooden. They have a nice tip. It's not super pokey. I tend to push on the end of my needle, so it was kind of nice because these the Chowgu lace, they're so sharp. They're like needles, and after a little while my fingers hurt really bad, and then I can't knit for very long, so, and I end up with, if I knit for too long, I end up with almost start bleeding on the end of my pointer finger from pushing on the needle. I started a new project when my mom was nice enough to pick up the Super Saver at Michael's. She also noticed that they had some new colors to our Michael's of the Heartland, the Lion Brand Heartland in stock. She's a huge fan of red, and she saw red, and it's really actually very, very pretty shade of red. So I don't know if I can catch the, yeah, it's a very, very, such a pretty shade of red. And it's coming out really bright. It is very bright, but it's not quite like bright, bright, bright. It's a little, has a little bit of darkness to it, not too much at all. This is Lion Brand Heartland, which if you watch, you know Heartland is my favorite. I just love how soft it is. Oh, it's so squishy, it's so soft, it's so comfy. Makes me want to dive in and sink into it. This is a worsted weight yarn. This has 251 yards, 100% acrylic. So she got the red, which this is redwood. That's a little bit, I want to say that's a little bit closer. Yeah, there we go. That, even though this is kind of blowing out, it's a little bit closer to the red color. And then, oh, there, when I hold it with the black, there we go. So it's still coming up a little bit bright. She also got this one, which I've had before. Here, let me pull one out here. Had it before, but I know I've talked about it before. Heartland really changed the coloring of their yarns. So let me just look at the names because I'm very sure these are the same. These are both Black Canyon. Okay, and if you look, yep, this one, the new one, has more lighter spots to it, but then the black part of it seems a richer black. It's coming across, yeah, so this is the old one. This is the new one. They are so different, and that is not coming out right. But, so it's, this old one, you can see little lighter spots in it, which is what I was first drawn to. Oh, it's so squishy. But yeah, now the color seems to be richer and deeper, which is fantastic. I love the richer and deeper colors, but I can't mix them together with my old Heartland, so I'm kind of, anyway, so I am making for my mom, because she picked it up for me, with my favorite new, I don't know where to put it. Anywho, so I'm making her some fingerless gloves. I'm using my new favorite needles, my Addi Flexiflips, and they're fabulous. I love them. So there it is. I'm no pattern. I'm just making it up as I go. Nothing fancy at all. Ribbing, switch to the color. Just instead of going in the round, I just purled back. You know, I can't remember how many rounds. And then she wanted them taller, so I made them longer, and then I started the ribbing. So yeah, I've just got a cast off. I have one done. Number 2 is on its way, and it won't take me long. That one only took me a couple days to complete, a few hours time, and I'm using my Addi Flexiflips, not the square, just the regular, to work on those. So that is, yeah, that's all I am currently working on. I mean, I'm working on my, no, I didn't spend any time working on my sleeve texture Afghan, but that's okay. That one, it just kind of hangs out in my bag, and whenever I'm not feeling like working on anything else, then I put a couple, oh well, now it's really big, so I put in a row or two. So what is new in stock? So I have been looking, I mentioned it before, I was working on the Arnie and Carlos Christmas balls. Could not find any yarn that I was happy with. I finally found a yarn that looked, my color work looked good, everything looked good. It was the I Love This Yarn DK. I think that's what I got. And now I can't remember. It's on a episode a couple episodes ago. Anyway, the color, the white and the red were bleeding together. It was haloing way a lot. It was bad. So the white was really, really pink. Anyway, that was my 3rd attempt. So I talked to my friend Tracy down at Teaselwick Wools, which is a local yarn shop here in Salem where I live. Teaselwick Wools is actually located in an old mill. It was a mill here in Salem a very long time ago. One of these times I'm going to have to do an episode on the history because it's really cool. You can actually take tours, a self-guided tour, but it's still very cool. My girls who are 8 and 9 love to go, and they love to take the tour because they have old houses. Some of them aren't original to where they're at. They had them brought in later. Anyway, it's really cool. You learn all about start to finish how fabric and yarn and all those fun things come together, and Teaselwick Wools happens to be located at the mill. So I was talking to Michaela, and I was talking to Tracy, who is the owner of Teaselwicks, and we came to the conclusion that well, they were there, and they told me, you know, I think this yarn is going to be the best bet. And she didn't have the colors that I needed, so she was so sweet and nice enough to order some. She had one of the colors, and then she ordered the other 2, but I think she might have needed them anyway. In any case, she ordered them, and they came in, and I'm super happy. We got this is Berroco, and I don't know if that's how you say it, Vintage DK. I'm going to tell you some stats on it first, and then I will show you my pretty colors that I got. This is DK weight. 52% acrylic, 40% wool, 8% nylon. Machine wash inside out in cold water and lay gentle cycle, lay flat to dry. These are solely for my Christmas balls. I don't know that I'm ever you're going to need to wash them. So it doesn't really matter. For me, the washing instructions. Each of these hanks has 290 yards, and they're made in Peru. So the first color that I got, and actually when I was online, so I went online and I just looked, can't remember what website, I think it was Webs or Yarn, which is yarn.com, and they had color names, but these all have color numbers. So I got 3 because I wanted, they're Christmas balls. So here's the 3 that I got. Oh, that white is like crazy, crazy. So I got a red, I got a green, and I got some white there. That's like shocking white here. Maybe I'll do one at a time. So I got this green, which is actually super, super pretty. It has a whole bunch of different shades in there. I really like that. This is color number 2177. It's like a deep forest green. And then I got the white one, which is white. It's just white. And that's 2100. And then the red, which I think maybe called Christmas Red online. I don't even know if Berroco actually names them. It might have been the website I was on. But this is number 2151. So I mean, online, I was thinking this white was a little less bright, but honestly, they're going to be so cool together. I can't wait. I can't wait to start. I have to get these gloves, the fingerless gloves done, because they're on my Christmas ball needles that I bought. So, I gotta hurry up and finish that glove so that I can start my Christmas balls. And yes, it's not obviously Christmas, but obviously it's gonna take me a while. So I've knit 5 of them so far and haven't been happy with the yarn. So hopefully, I think this is gonna be it, because I have my new Addi Flexiflips, which are so nice to use. I mean, they were amazing when I did the last ball. I really wish that yarn had worked out well. But that's how it happens. You don't know until you use it. Okay, so I also, the Vintage DK, and I got the 3 sets of Knitter's Pride circulars to do my socks on. I was using the rest of a gift card. So it was so exciting. I love using gift cards. Then the other day, I got a message from Tracy from Teaselwick, and she's getting rid of some super cool vintage black and white pictures of knitting. I'm going to show you those in a second. Anyway, she was asking in group if anyone wanted them, because she was getting rid of them, and Michaela had taken one of them, which was really cute. I love it. And then she had 2 left over, and I was like, you know, if nobody wants them, I'll go ahead and take them, because they're going to be perfect. Boop. Right here on my wall. Anyway, while I was in there, in her clearance bin, for a while she's had these, and I've been looking at them, and I was like, you know what, there's these 2 colors in there, and I think I paid like $4.50 for these. So if you've watched before, one of my girls pink, one of my girls blue, and it's really soft, and I think that because they like cowls, they also like hats. I don't think I'm going to use this for a hat. Let me read this to you. This is Berroco Weekend, which I haven't used before. This is a worsted weight. It's really, really soft. It's 75% acrylic and 25% Peruvian cotton. Doesn't that sound fancy? But it's super, super soft. Machine wash, cold inside out, gentle cycle, lay flat to dry. Most likely, I usually wash all of our hats and all those, anything knitted or crocheted. I usually wash them all together and then hang everything to dry at the same time. But I got the pink and I got the blue. More than likely, I won't make a hat with them because I don't feel like this is gonna, be more drapey type of thing. So I might make them, they like to wear little shawls when I wear a shawl. So I think that'd be cute to make them each a little shawlette type of thing. They're very pretty. Or my other idea was to try making them cowls in opposites. So one will be pink with little blue hearts and one would be blue with little pink hearts. We'll see. They also had asked for fingerless gloves, but I don't know that this is going to be warm enough. So we'll see. We'll see. I also, okay, so not even yarn related or craft, it's not even craft related, but I'm super excited and I want to share because it's going to join my collection here on my shelf. I was at Target and they have a new Disney section at Target. I mean, it's a few months old. I think they put it in before Christmas time here. But my girls were looking at Baby Yodas, and they had some Hot Wheels, and boom, I got myself, it's so hard to see because he's really small. There we go. Look at that. He's got his own stand, my little Millennium Falcon, and he's gonna hang up right there. Well, it'll go somewhere else. I'll find a good spot, but I was just super excited and I just wanted to share it with you. I also went into Wild Knits, which is I think it's the only other little yarn shop here. I live in Salem, Oregon. I want to say it's only those two. Anyway, I went in because I like to peek around. She carries different yarn than Teaselwicks at Teaselwick, so it's kind of nice to go browse around, check out. She has a lot of indie dyers and stuff, so it is fun to just peek around, and supporting local yarn shops is important. But I mainly went in there because I wanted another set of, I got another set of Addi Flexiflips. But this size I got to make the Arne and Carlos squares, which they did for quarantine. I can't remember what they're called. They're free. But I'm gonna knit two of them back to, now I can't remember what it's called because I haven't done it before. So I'm going to do two of the squares, two different ones at the same time, and connect them on the sides, and it's going to make, this long thing. And I'm going to do a bunch of them, and then I'm going to sew them together to make hopefully a little like throw, and it'll be kind of fun. Or yeah, I'll hopefully make a throw, but I plan on doing back to back, two at a time. So I need the set in the size because the pattern calls for DK weight yarn, but I prefer to use the worsted weight yarn because I have a lot of that laying around. So there's that. I mentioned last time that I was waiting for a shipment from Amazon because they were having a deal where if you bought two books, you got a third one for a discount. And now I can't remember what it was because it's been a while. I got them literally right after I recorded the last one. Anyway, so I'm gonna just share with you what I got. This first one, Japanese Knitting Stitch Bible. Okay, so this has 260 exquisite patterns, and they are exquisite. I didn't know that they're charts. I don't know how to read a chart. Just gonna say that. I don't know. It's on my goal list for this year or whenever. I have a goal list that I keep in my phone of crafts that I want to learn, new techniques that I want to learn, and reading charts is now moved up on my list because I bought this book, and man, the patterns in here are just amazing, amazing. So this right now, when I checked on Amazon, it's available for $14.59. The lowest one I found on eBay was $10.91 if you are interested, and if you either want to learn how to read charts or if you already know, I'm going to show you just a couple of the, I mean, I could hang some of these pages on my wall, I swear, and they'd be gorgeous artwork. They don't have, these don't have names, so I don't know. I'm not going to show you the actual pattern, but look at that. I mean, when I open, so I don't know. I went based on the reviews. The reviews were like, this is fabulous. I mean, this is fabulous. This book is amazing. This is like out of my league. Amazing. I've knit for a very long time. I learned when I was a very little girl, but I only, sadly, only just started actually reading patterns. I usually just knit, and honestly, I was way more of a crocheter. I still didn't actually follow patterns until the last few years because my grandma just taught me to just knit or crochet shapes and things, and so that's what I would do. Anyway, so I only just recently learned how to actually read. I mean, they're easy if you just think about it, but I didn't actually read a pattern until recently or follow one. I'm just going to show you a couple of these just because they're fabulous. I mean, look at that. I tell you what, I'm going to try my hardest this year. It's only the beginning of the year, so I'm going to try my hardest to learn how to read a chart and at least knit a swatch of one of these patterns. I think that's going to be my goal. Just a swatch. Just, you know, one. I mean, I don't know. Gosh. Look at that. There's a little section in here on, so some of these patterns in the round yoke patterns, there's a section of round yokes, and they actually take designs from the beginning of the book and they show you how to do them in the yoke. I mean, hello. If I will. You know, there's some day that I'm gonna do it. But you know, it's, and these, seriously. Anyway, you see what I mean about the pictures. I could tell these are art. These are pieces of art. Each of those, whoever knit all of those, I don't even know. It's amazing. I love it. Okay, the other book I bought, super funny story, but so I bought this book. I bought it solely based on reviews. It had tons of reviews, really good. There weren't a ton of choices in the sale that they were having, so the choices were not like all of the books, just a certain selection of books. So I saw this book right here, Seamless Knit Sweaters in 2 Weeks. 20 patterns for flawless cardigans, pullovers, tees, and more by Marie Green. Right now on Amazon, you can find this for $17.49. That's as of today, which is March 2021. eBay, I found it for $18.22 if you are interested. So I'm looking at this. I got the book in the mail. It's beautiful. The sweaters in there are so nice. I love the one on the cover. I'm looking through this book, and I, like, that looks familiar. She takes pictures. She's wearing the sweaters or the cardigans that she knit in locations. I'm like, man, that looks really familiar to me. It's like, there's no way that, you know, there's plenty of places that probably look exactly the same as that. So after I got through the whole book, I'm like, all right, this is crazy. There's so many places in here that look familiar. Some of the names of her patterns were like, that's a town near here. But, you know, towns all over the U.S. have the same name. So I'm reading the back of the book. Oh, yeah, she's from Oregon. I'm from Oregon. And then I read further. She literally lives in Salem, the same town as I live in. So, the locations of a lot of the places she's in, I have been there before. I live down the street from. So, yeah, I wasn't going crazy. I've been there before. So this is a paid for book. Paid for patterns. I can't show you I'm not going to show you the patterns. But I'm just going to show you a couple of my favorites, just to give you an idea of what's in the book. So this one is called Addi Pier Eyelet Pullover. Now she says on the front, in 2 weeks. And she explains at the beginning of every pattern approximately how long it would take if you were an avid knitter most of the time. So 2 weeks for some is quite possible, I'm sure, because some of these look pretty easy to do. So this one, Addi Pier Eyelet Pullover, is so pretty, and it has like a little, probably not in there. Yeah, there we go. There's like a little design down the front. It's really cute. It looks very comfortable. Looks pretty straightforward. I mean, it does have the design down the center, which kind of breaks it up. This other one that I liked, the Stowaway Chevron Pullover. And it's just, I mean, it's just super plain sweater, but what I like is down the, oh, I can't show you that. Let's see. Down the side is like little, I can't even, it's hard to see, a little chevron pattern. It's kind of cute. I like the little surprise on the side. And one more is a cute cardigan. Looks super comfortable. Has a little, just a light design. I would call it a light design. Offshore eyelet cardigan. And I'm very sure a lot of these are available individually on Ravelry. And what's funny is Michaela from Hooked in a Flash and I did a yarn, a mystery knit along. She did the knit along, I did the mystery crochet along, and her pattern was actually written by the author of this book, Marie Gray. Pretty crazy. The last book that I had picked, Crochet. I am all about, I love texture, so all I wanted, this does have full patterns in it, but really all I wanted from it are the stitch patterns. So I picked it solely based on the texture that I saw in the patterns, and it had really good ratings, so I just went with it. This is called, ooh, it's very shiny, Contemporary Celtic Crochet. Right now on Amazon, $17.72. eBay, $24.99 is the cheapest I could find it. This says it has 24 cable designs for sweaters, scarves, hats, and more. Again, I did not buy it for the actual patterns themselves. I bought it solely to study the crochet. So they all have a lot of, that one has like a woven type of pattern. This is Liffy in a Jiffy. It's cute. I'm only going to show you a couple here. Oh, one of these, it has a lot of, I can't, right there. See, just boop. Lots and lots of just texture on texture, which is what I really love to do. I think that's why I like how the Shrug turned out, because I made the sleeves kind of chunky and the cuffs kind of chunky, and then it has the really nice texture Trinity stitch that Michaela had found for us to try out. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, so there's a lot of good texture patterns in there that I'm going to go through and test out on different things, probably cowls and things. We'll see. Okay, so here are, I'm just going to I'm just going to show you the pictures that, excuse me, Tracy's so kindly, wow, gifted me. And these are vintage pictures of knitters. So here is picture number one. Some kind of look like Rockettes, and they are all knitting, probably. To me it looks like they're backstage somewhere. And the next one, I don't know what she's doing. So she is knitting, but she's sitting in this contraption, and I'm guessing it's a massage chair. So it's hilarious, but these are going to be fabulous on my back wall. Oh, before I forget, I totally forgot. Michaela and I started school. At Center of Excellence, we are getting a knitting diploma. So we started that last week. I've gone through quite a few of the modules already, gotten some grades back. They're not too bad, so I'm pretty happy. I am learning a little bit, but I'm on the 7th one. The first few were really just, what's a knitting needle type of thing. You can take this course for $157.92. We got had it like one of those coupons online, so we only paid $36.06. So I think that, you know, honestly, for what it is, it's worth it. It's kind of cool. I mean, I am learning things. There's more to come. I have to design a sweater, which, so yeah, I'm a little nervous, but it'll be good. It'll be fine. What is to come? So I'm starting 2 new segments, which will be separate from my standard weekly update episode. One is going to be called Cozy Crafting Corner, which is going to cover how I organize things, what do I keep in my project bags, and what do I, you know, what notions I like, how do I organize. So I'm also going to show cleaning, going through my stuff, going through my stash, decluttering, getting rid of things, my method for doing things. I always like watching other YouTubers do this, so I thought, you know what, hey, if I'm going to do it anyway, why not share it? Because, you know, there might be something that I do organize-wise that would be helpful to somebody. I hope. The other one I'm super excited about is, I'm calling it Fiber Arts, A History. Obviously, I'm a Harry Potter fan, so it's kind of like a Harry Potter type of thing. But what it is I'm going to find something in the fiber arts world that's antique, vintage, whatever, some strange contraption that, you know, is not familiar to people, or new, you know, vintage things that are familiar, but just talk about the history of. So I hope it's going to be something that you might be interested in. If you are, you know, tune in, because it's going to be coming in the next week or so, both of those segments. So yeah, I think that's all that I have for my update. It's a really long update, sorry. I didn't mean for it to go so long, but I had a lot, more than I expected. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new, thank you. And please subscribe if you enjoyed the show. Anybody who's returned, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I will have links below for things that I mentioned. And you have a, have a wonderful week. Bye.